Good morning, you guys. Come on in. Come on in. Mm. Let me turn on my do not disturb. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Good morning. Good morning. Yes, April. Great morning. Come on in, you guys. Hey, Stacy. How you doing? Beautiful. You guys come on in. And we're going to get started with this word. Y'all want this word. And I'll share some stuff with y'all. So come on. Y'all make sure you share the live. Go ahead and share it. Once you've shared, let me know that you shared. Because I've got some stuff to share with you. Are y'all excited for today? Thank you, April. Good morning, Carrie. Thank you for sharing, April. Make sure you let me know when you shared. Let me know when you shared. Y'all. Oh. All right, listen. First of all, let me tell y'all this. Lord, hold on, y'all. Let me get my light together so I can shed some light on some stuff. Good morning, Sheeta. Thank you, Stacy. Okay, y'all, listen. This is the first thing. Let me log into this so it won't just automatically cut off. I told you guys that my goal was to lose 30 pounds. And I think it was 90 days, 30 pounds in 90 days. I've been kind of quiet about it. You see me working out. I didn't work out like for a week now. A little more than a week. I didn't work out. Y'all see me eating. Y'all see how I eat. Y'all be like, okay, I thought you was trying to lose some weight. Listen, I hadn't really gotten on the scale. I've avoided the scale. And I've avoided the scale because when I initially weighed in, I weighed 223. When I weighed in again, I weighed 225. And I said, the devil is a liar, right? So 225 was my heaviest, okay? Hadn't really gotten on a scale. Have worked out, but had periods where I didn't work out. Eat real good. Y'all see how I eat. Y'all, I show you my food. I eat food. I'm not eating a lot of salads. That's not how I live my life. But I've been using some products. Y'all, why did I get on the scale and I weighed 205? I got on the scale and I weighed 205. Y'all, I lost 20 pounds. I've got 10 pounds to go. Good morning, Corey. Right. Listen, I've lost 20 pounds. Y'all say, Dr. V, what were you doing? Listen, spraying, eating my apple cider vinegar gummies, apple cider vinegar ginger gummies. Like, I've really been focused on, yes. Hey, Carlos. I've really been focused on being present. So let me tell y'all what being present in my life looks like. It means not being so consumed with the appearance of things, but really being present in my workout, being present in, my life, being present in my relationships, being present, right? I've just been being present, been consistent. Okay, somewhat, right? I'll say somewhat. And I'll tell you, I haven't been as consistent with my working out. Thank you. Haven't been as consistent with my working out, but I've been consistent with spraying, and I've been consistent with taking these apple cider vinegar ginger gummies. Like that, I've been consistent with. Haven't been consistent working out. Haven't been consistent eating well. I don't like. I haven't, and I was scared to get on the scale because I know that I know my auntie cooks Sunday dinner. She starts on Saturday night cooking Sunday dinner. She's gonna have 3 meats, 3 starches, some green vegetables. Like I know, and a dessert, okay, and some cornbread. I know that, and I'm gonna eat. Now I noticed I haven't been eating as much. Hey Tammy. Oh wow. Oh wow. Well, you're gonna have to tell me, daughter. So I made a decision to be present. It's why I have, I actively am engaging my family, my friends. When I'm in a space, I try to actively be present there. I try to actively be aware of me, right? I've been present on this journey and I didn't want to put a lot of pressure on myself. I'm known to put a lot of pressure on myself. And then, I'm stressed out, I'm high strung, and I don't want to live my life like that. I made a decision that shifting into high gear for me is going to look different. Right? God said it's time to shift into high gear, but it's going to look different. Right? We spend a lot of time doing, going instead of being. I made a decision that I'm going to be all of what I desire. And I'm going to let my being draw into my life everything that I need. And I'm going to move as the spirit unctions me to move. So I made a decision to be present, actively engage my life. Now, this is what it looks like for me. You all, yes, I work out, but I don't beat myself up if I don't work out. I don't beat myself up when I don't feel well and I just want to rest. I rest. I don't beat myself up when I didn't drink enough water for the day. I don't beat myself up. I'm through beating myself up because guess what? The world has beat me up enough. Other people have beat me up enough. I don't need to I love myself right where I am. With my flaws and all, I'm far from perfect. I love myself right where I am. And I made a decision that I'm going to love me into the space that I'm called to. I'm going to love me into my next. And I'm going to love me enough to honor me, to honor what I'm feeling when I feel it. So if I feel like crying, I'm going to cry. If I feel like being alone, I'm going to be alone. If I feel like going, I'm going to go. If I feel like doing something, I'm going to do it. And if I feel like after I do it, I really don't want to do it, I'm going to leave. Period. I'm honoring me and being present and being at peace and being calm. It's one of the things that people have shared with me about the difference that they see in me. They say, my daughter told me yesterday, we got a chance to hang out. Now, listen, this is not my daughter by birth, but it's my daughter. Like, she's been my daughter since she was about 15 years old. And I lived in Lincoln, Nebraska. She was a key part of my life. We got disconnected. It was a lot. We got disconnected. We reconnected, and she moved to Tennessee to be with us. And I love her. I love her. And one of the hardest things to do, even though it probably didn't look like it, was to have to leave her. But you all, let me tell you what I've learned about how God moves. And people who know me will tell you this. I put my mama out. I put my son out. I've learned that sometimes you have to separate from people in order for both of you to do what you need to do. See, sometimes your being will take over other people's lives, and not intentionally. Their identity is wrapped up in you. People know them in terms of their relationship to you. And it produces a lot of pressure if you are a high achiever like I am. You all, doing finding my saboteurs and doing the no more sabotage class taught me a lot about how my being impacts other people. Okay. And it really made me look at my life and my relationships to understand why some things happened the way they happened. And one of the things that I realized is that my stickler, my avoider, my high achiever puts a lot of pressure just inherently on the people in my life. And it makes them feel like they've got to be perfect. And it makes them feel like they've got to get it all right. And it makes them feel like they've got to do it the way that I would do it or the way that I want it done. It's got to be done exactly like, and for real, like they kind of did. Like I was like, no, it needs to be done like this. This is how it needs to be done, right? Creates a lot of pressure, a lot of anxiety, can lead to depression and a sense of hopelessness. You can feel damned if you do and damned if you don't, right? Discovering that gave me another level of grace and another measure of grace for the people who were in my life but are not in my life the way they were. And I'm sharing this with you all because I need you to understand that you dealing with your saboteurs is not just for you, it's for the people in your life. It's for the people that you love and the people that love you, but are challenged by being with you because your saboteurs are very heavy. And you add your saboteurs to their saboteurs, and y'all, you got a whole thing. Look, getting a chance just to spend some time with my daughter, deliberately choosing to go see her because she couldn't get to me, right? Was the best thing I could have done. I needed that. I needed to be with her and just spend time with her and tell her in person how proud of her I am, the woman that she's become, the things that she's doing. See, parents, I want you to understand something. You can tell your children to do something, right? But sometimes they may feel like they just got to do it for you instead of doing it for them and doing it because they see themselves in that light. They can work with it. I've had to learn that I can have an amazing opportunity, but I stopped telling my kids. And I know, you may say, well, why wouldn't you tell your children? My children have done just about everything that I've done. Okay. And I stopped telling them because they stopped listening. Because, when you have a series of things that don't work, or don't work the way that you want them to work or you thought they would work, they don't want to do the disappointment. They don't want to throw money away. They don't want to do that, even if that's what you choose to do. And I'm not saying that you're throwing money away, but I'm saying that this journey called entrepreneurship, like the way you do it, you got to find the way to do it that works for you. And I remember telling her, listen, girl, you got way too many talents to be short on money. You need to start a business. You're great at this, you're great at this, you're great at this. Now she in her head is thinking, you my mama, you gonna say that. You just saying it because you my mama, right? You just saying it. I wasn't. I wasn't. Y'all, I don't have time to do that, right? But she wasn't ready. She wasn't in a headspace to do it. Once she got in the headspace to do it, and she was able to hear it from some other people, because sometimes they get deaf to our voice. They hear it, but they don't hear it, right? And you got to be okay with that. You got to be okay with other people sowing into their lives. You got to be okay with other people being a part of their growth and their process. You got to be okay with that. So shifting into high gear means, listen, I want y'all to hear me. Shifting into high gear means that you deal with you. Deal with you. If you will deal with you, if you will address those things that you do, right, that are your saboteurs, that are also affecting the people around you, if you'll deal with you and begin to kill those saboteurs for you, you'll discover that you can be present because you don't have all this stuff going around in your head. You can sleep at night. Last night, I fell asleep with the lights on, right? And I hated it, but I was too lazy to get up and turn the light off. I hated it. I knew I should have flipped that light off. I knew I should have turned it off because I was tired. So when I came in the room, I should have turned the lamp on and the light off. But I ended up falling asleep with the light on, and I woke up with the light on. I did not like it. Now, let me tell you, a few weeks ago, I was sleeping with the lights on because why? I'm always on. I'm always wired. I'm always going, right? But I'm not in that place. Literally dealing with my saboteurs allows me to turn the lights off and go to sleep and rest. There are just some things that you can't change. What you cannot control, you can't control. You know, I made a phone call yesterday and something was supposed to have gotten done and it didn't get done. And I, like, everything in me was like, I do not understand why it is so difficult to do something that simple. And I had to breathe. And I had to get present. And I had to remind myself that what is important to me is not important to everyone else. What's urgent to me is not urgent to everyone else. That no one is obligated to do anything for me. And it doesn't matter what our relationship is. That they don't have to do it. That if they do it out of the goodness of their heart. And I have to accept that as the fact and the reality. And if they don't do it, hey, it still just goes back to me. Without anger, like I had to bring myself back. I had to keep from going to that place because going to that place is a choice. We choose every emotion that we experience. I chose not to be angry. I chose not to be frustrated. I chose not to go into my negative emotions because I was getting ready to go meet someone in person for the first time. Though we've been Facebook friends for over 10 years, though we've been business together, like I didn't want to carry that energy. Do you know that you carry your energy wherever you go? So when you allow yourself to get all worked up and upset, you affect other people with your energy. I have a responsibility to make sure that the energy that I bring into other people's spaces and lives is one of positivity, of light, of joy, of love. Like that's what I want to bring. Okay. So I couldn't carry that into them people's house. Okay. That's irresponsible and disrespectful. So I had to do what I had to do to bring me back, to cancel the thoughts of those saboteurs, to cancel that judgment that was trying to come up in my head towards her and towards me, right? So I had to just get present. I had to get present. I had to do my exercise. I had to breathe, so that I could like really embrace and enjoy the moment, okay? So I understand that that's important. And so when I got there, I sat in the car for a minute just to make sure I was clear. Okay. And then I went in and had an amazing time. And again, was not feeling stressed or rushed or frustrated or on an agenda or like sometimes you just got to be present. See, what I've learned is that I've shifted into high gear in being present. I've shifted into high gear in hearing the voice of God in terms of what to do next. I refuse to make decisions out of feeling obligated or guilty. I'm not making decisions like that. I'm making decisions out of a place of being very centered. See, you got to center yourself. How do you center yourself? You know who you are, and you know your assignment, and you know what God has for you to do in this moment. And you allow things to fit into your life the way you need it to fit into your life, and not according to someone else's agenda. See, there was a time in my life when, I'm very goal driven, very goal driven. And because I'm very goal driven, what I would do is I would put the pressure I put on myself on those attached to me. So if you did business with me, I want to know, hey, what's your goal? Okay, let's get it. Come on now, we got to get this. Listen, we need to do this in this amount of time. We got to get this happening. We got to make this happen. Welcome, Kelvin. Welcome to the Prophetic Drive-By. Hey, woman of God, Prophetess Tammy. Hey, Carlos. Yes, you got to work on it. Hey, Donnell. And listen, good morning, Annette. Yes, Carrie. It's everything right now just to be present. Right. So look, what you've got to understand is this is not the season for hustle, bustle, and grind. Did y'all hear me? This is not the season for hustle, bustle, and grind. This is the season where God says, look, I'm going to restore to you everything that the cankerworm and the palmer worm have eaten. I'm going to restore it. But that restoration is not going to come through hustle, bustle, and grind. That's not how it's going to come. Yes, Stacy. Stacy said, I remember you telling us God said it's time to grow up. That's a part of it. You got to own your emotions and your response to them and what you tell yourself about them. Right, Carlos? Listen, it is restoration time, but restoration, listen to me now. Restoration requires you to relax, release, and rest. You got to let it go. Now y'all are saying, then how am I going to get everything that God has for me if I relax, I rest, relax, and release? Release, rest. I don't know how Apostle Tam, Prophet. Oh, well, there you go. Relax, release, and rest. Yeah. Yes, Carlos. Listen, you've got to rest. You've been so busy. And I'm going to tell y'all something. For all of you who are controllers, you all, it will destroy you. It will destroy your health. It will actually kill you. Because being a controller, knowing you can't control everything, or people, you cannot control a single person. Not one, not even your children. You can't control them. Stop trying to control them and guide them. Our whole paradigm is off. Our whole paradigm for us as African descended people in America, I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of our paradigm is so deeply rooted into slavery that we don't even recognize that that's what we're responding to. Okay? That control thing. I literally went to see The Woman King yesterday. If you've not seen that movie, go see that movie. I promise you, I'm probably going to go see that about 3 times. So I got about 2 more times to go see that movie. Because the movie was so powerful. It was powerful. It was impactful. And I found myself in a place of like, wow. But the issues of control, wanting to control as a result of trauma. Listen to me. Control is a direct trauma result. If we've experienced trauma, then we're going to seek to control things in our life, because a lot of times in trauma, we don't have control over what has happened to us. So we seek to control the world around us. Okay? So what I had to learn was, and I'm just talking about me, it may not apply to you. I'm talking about me. I'm not going to tell y'all the movie. I'm not going to tell you, woman of God. I'm not going to tell you. What I've discovered about me is that when I control that which I can control, and what I can control is my response to things that happen around me and me. And that's it. I can control my response to the things that happened around me and to me, and I can control me. I can't control other people. And when I try to control other people, I get frustrated every single time. So why would you continue trying to do something that you know leads you to a place of frustration? So rather than trying to control people, in other words, I need you to do what I need you to do. I need you to do it when I need you to do it. And I need you to let me know that you did it, right? I had to fall back and I had to breathe. You got to give people space to be them. And the other thing is, you don't know what's going on in people's lives. As I was having the conversation with Patricia, she didn't know. She didn't know that I'd been separated and gone through a divorce. She didn't know that I'd made all these moves that I'd made geographically. She didn't know what was going on in my life like that. She knew the things that she saw on Facebook, but she didn't know why. There were some things I didn't make a grand announcement about. Like I just kind of allowed it to be revealed or unveiled or whatever, right? So this journey, looking at me and then hearing all of what's going on behind the scenes, she was like, wow, I didn't know that you were dealing with all that. Yeah. And in it, God used it all to calm me down and make me be still. So I've had to be still. And that's it. I threw my controlling card in the shredder. The sad part is I didn't know that I was trying to control things until after much loss. It's it was my way of protecting my heart from harm, hurt, heart, rejection, and feelings of abandonment. I bless God, He has released me from all of that now. I have to learn to relax. Absolutely. And Annette, no, Annette and I, it was so funny because I would call Annette on stuff, right? And she's like, well, but no, I'm not doing that. Like, yeah, you are. But you've got to relax. So normally, if I said it's time to shift into high gear, it would mean a lot of activity. That's not what I mean. Shifting into high gear is really getting centered in who you are, really, tapping into your relationship with God and letting God minister to you and speak to you. Shifting into high gear is understanding the plans of God for your life and activating on those and activating those and acting on those. Like that's what shifting into. No, I'm not talking about just doing stuff to do stuff, y'all. But the time for that is over. Nothing that I do am I doing just to do it, right? I'm a firm believer that if it's not adding value to my life, I'm not trying to do it. If a relationship is not adding value to my life, and y'all can say, oh, that's very transactional. No, if it's not adding value by adding joy, peace, something, you got to add something positive to my life for me to continue to invest in a relationship. I'm not doing it. My time is too precious and too valuable. And there are things that I can do, even if that thing is just being by myself, even if that thing is just sitting still, even if that thing is just reading a book, even if that thing is working out, whatever that thing is, something that I enjoy, something that is beneficial to me, right? I'm not doing this feeling obligated just to talk to people. I'm not doing it. I'm not obligated to answer your phone call at all. And you can call and leave messages and you can call and text, but I'm not obligated to answer. Now, when I want to answer, I can answer. And when I don't, I don't. I'm not obligated. It's one of the reasons I turn the ringer off on my phone. The ringer is rarely on my phone. Rarely on. So if someone calls me, then when I look at my phone and I see it, I can call them back. Or sometimes God will just have it so that I look at my phone when it's ringing and I answer it if I want to answer it. And if I don't because I'm busy, then I continue being busy. You all listen, you got to stop allowing external things to dictate your actions and your movements. You allow everything and everyone to interrupt you, and then you got to try to get back on task. And then the big thing is they probably don't even want nothing. Oh, I just was calling to see what you was doing. Well, listen, I can call you back and tell you how I'm doing. Listen, you got to understand that it is about being. See, we've been so caught up in doing, at least I was. I was very caught up in doing, 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 doing. Running at 120 miles an hour to accomplish something. Accomplish that, then I'm running for the next thing. Accomplish it, then I'm running for the next thing. Then accomplish that, then I'm running for the next thing. Just always running, never having a space where I just come down. Well, now, absolutely right, woman of God. When you be who you be, you will be you to the fullest. Absolutely. And listen, you will be the best version of you, a version of you that people can embrace. And I'm not saying that people couldn't embrace the other part of me. They absolutely could. And they did, right? But what I'm saying is, it still affects them. It affects them. And it can trigger them. And it can make them feel inadequate. Because really, unconsciously, or not so unconsciously, if you are a doer, you judge other people on what they do and not who they be. Let me say that again. If you are a doer, you always have to be achieving, you always have to be doing, okay? You will judge people based on what they do and not who they be. Your judgment will be based on how quickly they're moving, how much they're moving, what are they doing, what are they getting done, instead of allowing them to simply be. It's taken me a while to learn how to be, because all I knew was how to do. I didn't know how to be, because I didn't feel like my being was enough. But I could do all day. The do was easy. It was the be that I struggled with. So God had to shut down my doing to teach me to be, and to know that me being, just being, my be, was good enough. Your saboteurs are designed to make you feel like you're not enough. You're not good enough. You can't do it. Just don't move, because it is the reptilian part of your brain, the survival part of your brain trying to protect you, right? And it tries to protect you from the time that you're born, because its job is to get you to a place where you can procreate. Once you're able to procreate, and y'all know that's about 12, 13, then it works against you, because it doesn't allow you to get into your thriving mind, your mind that allows you to go beyond just surviving and see the solutions in the problems around you, to see creative ways of addressing stuff. It doesn't allow that. So you've got to understand that what God is doing in this season is saying it's time to shift into high gear. But shifting into high gear means really understanding you, really killing off those saboteurs, those things that have been holding you back, really doing that. As you do that, how you be and what you do as a result of your being is going to be multiplied exponentially. There will be exponential growth all around you. Hold on, y'all. I need to just keep my tissue near me, because every time I do the drive-by, something breaks off of me. Not only do you need to know that your being is enough, but you need to let other people's being be enough. Let them be. And let them be them. I had to apologize to my daughter because I didn't let her be her. I put a lot of pressure on her. And all of it wasn't direct, but it was still a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure to feel perfect. A lot of pressure to reflect well on me. A lot of pressure to reflect well on me. Let me say that one more time. A lot of pressure for my children to show up in ways that reflected well on me, because I was concerned about what people were going to think about me as a result of what they did or how they showed up. To the point where I remember, like, we would go to church all dressed alike, the first family. Like, my ex was pastoring, you know, we all were color coordinated. Everybody would have, okay, we're wearing this color. Aaron would wear this color. Aaron would pull everything together. Like, I would take care of me and him. She would get her and the kids. Like, we iron everything. And hey, we had to look a certain way. Y'all, it's a bunch of unnecessary pressure. So if my kids did anything, if they smoked weed because their anxiety level was high, I understand why. I understand why. I understand why. If they had something to drink or they got drunk, I understand why. I created unconsciously a pressure cooker. And when someone is in a pressure cooker, eventually they're going to explode one way or another. Whatever their coping mechanism becomes is what their coping mechanism becomes. It is not the coping mechanism that's the problem. And that's what we do. We want to treat, and I've been saying this, and I'm going to keep saying this because this is one of the greatest revelations God has ever given me. We keep trying to fix the symptom instead of getting to the root of it. What's at the root of this? When you can get to the root of a thing, you can pull it up and destroy it. Otherwise, you can deal with the symptom and you can get rid of that symptom, but there'll be another symptom and another symptom and another symptom and another symptom. Listen, you've got to understand that this season is a season to shift into high gear so that God can show you who you be. And you can kill off those things that attempt to destroy your being. No, it can't be just about doing and going, because really that is a way of not dealing. It's a mechanism for avoiding. It's a technique for avoidance. Avoider was my number one saboteur. It was the one that was the highest at this point in my life. I believe if I had taken it at another point of my life, it would have been high achiever, controller, right? It would have been those. Why? Because I was all about the achievement. Like, listen, and I've done this, and the list goes on of the things that I've done, right? But the problem was those things became my identity. My identity was only tied into my self-esteem. My value was tied into all the things that I was able to do and the things that I've been able to accomplish. That's where my self-esteem was. So that if I didn't do, I didn't feel valuable. Listen to me. I need y'all to understand this, and hopefully you'll be able to apply it to your life. Look, this is how deep it was for me. Listen, this is how deep it was. If I was going to have sex, it was going to be the best sex he ever had, or close. I was going to listen. It was going to be the best he ever had, or close. If it wasn't the best, it was definitely in the top 5. Now, let me tell you the problem with that. Once we crossed that line, right? I saw my value in his life as my doing. So the challenge becomes being celibate. What is my value? in your life. So if you're someone that I've been intimate with, are you going to want to just go out to dinner with me, knowing there isn't going to be no sex, period? Like, it's not even optional. It's not even up for debate. And y'all, honestly, I've never been in this place. Okay. So if someone says, oh, I want to see you, I feel compelled to tell them, listen, I'm celibate. So do you still want to see me? Why would I feel like I have to say that? Why would I feel like anytime we come together, there must be sex? Because I built my identity in that relationship on the great sex. My value was in the great sex, but my value is so much more than that. But because I saw myself and my value in my do, I felt like, who is going to appreciate just my be when they know for certain? I'm talking about know for certain that it ain't going to be nothing else. There's going to be nothing else. We are not having sex. Like, and there's nothing that you can do that will change that. Like, this is not a game. I'm not toying with you. This is not a holdout to try to get in a relationship. No, this is my be. This is my be. That for some of y'all, that may be too much information, but somebody needs to hear that, because I know I can't be the only person that's ever felt that. I can't be. I know I can't. And so it's important that you all understand that your value is beyond your due. Listen, I wanted to take this time and just see people. It wasn't about 1414. Y'all put that in there. 1414. I wanted to take this time and spend some time with some people. Not for what they could do for me, not for what I could do for them, but just to enjoy them. And I'm so grateful that God has taken me on this journey to just travel back to places in my life and be able to acknowledge and recognize my value. My value in people's lives, my value in spaces. And not in the doing. Yeah, I've done a lot. I've helped a lot of people. But not always from the right place. I've helped a lot of people because I felt like if I helped people, they would love me. And if you only love me because I help you, do you really love me? Because when I can't help you, the love is gone. I don't want love because I can help. I don't want love because I can do something for you. I don't want love because you see me as perfect. I don't want love because of the great sex. I want love because of who I am, just who I am. If I never do anything for you, just who I am. And I want to love people for just who they are, not what they can do for me, not what they've done for me. I don't want to love out of obligation. I don't want to love out of guilt. Like, I just want to be able to love and be loved. So I'm intentional about building relationships based on that. And I've shifted into high gear in being that. Not doing that, but being that. So that I draw into my space those relationships. It's time to shift into high gear and get you together, to love you. You can't fully love anybody else until you fully love you. And until you deal with those saboteurs, you will never allow yourself to fully love you. You'll always have those voices telling you you're not good enough. You can't do it. Who do you think you are? You're not smart enough. You're not thin enough. You're not thick enough. You're not muscular enough. You're not this enough. You're not tall enough. You're not short enough. It's always going to be something else that makes you feel as though you're not good enough and you're not enough. These saboteurs are destroying us and they're destroying our lives. But the good news is you control that. It doesn't have to be a default setting. You can control that. You can address that. That's why this week I decided to do the class 2 more times. That 1414 keeps popping up, y'all. I need y'all to know that. I decided to do the class 2 more times. Tuesday night and Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. No more sabotage, right? Now, what I'm going to tell you is this. This singular class, y'all, and I'm not just saying it. I want you to hear me because I teach a lot of classes and all my classes are really good, right? But this singular class will shift you in ways that you're going to be like, what just happened? Literally. I'm watching the people who have taken the class and I'm watching their lives and I'm watching how they move and I'm watching their emotions. I'm watching them take control of them and killing off these saboteurs, right? And just having another level of joy and engagement and, presence, their presence. Listen, April said, if you haven't taken the class, y'all, I'm telling you, this one, baby, this is going to allow you to exponentially see increase in your life all around you. Because, baby, that's what's happening right now. That's what's happening for us. And I'm not talking about just financial increase, although financial increase is a part of it. I'm not just talking about financial increase. I'm talking about an increase in your joy, an increase in your peace, an increase in the health of your relationships, the increase in love, loving you, loving others. Yes, Mike said, take it. Listen, I'm telling you, it's stuff that you may not even be aware of. Listen, Mike took his test. He said, listen, can we do this class tomorrow? Because listen, I'm jacked up. I didn't know I was so jacked up. And that's why I try not to give people a whole lot of time, to take the assessments, because those saboteurs will go to work and start telling you, oh, there's no hope for you. You're a horrible person. No, I don't have time for that, right? I don't want you guys to feel like that. So my goal is to give it to you early enough so that you can take it before the class and get your results and read through it, but not so much that you got time to be all up in your head, because you'll be all up in your head. You will. I'm telling you, I already know. I see it, right? So go to https://bit.ly/no-more-sabotage and register for the class. It's a limited space, 10 people per class. It's $75. The VIP is $100, and the VIP comes with a 1-hour individual session that you're able to do with me that will take it to the next level. It'll give you additional insight into your journey. You can ask me whatever you want. I'm gonna tell you what I see, as well as help you get some strategies. Now, listen, if 2 people do it, it's $125 for 2 people. It's $125 for 2 people. 2 people for $125. $175. You get 2 people with 2 individual 1-hour VIP sessions, right? Y'all want to take this class. And let me tell y'all, I'm going to tell y'all now, this round of me doing it, is going to be the cheapest round that you'll ever see. It'll be the cheapest round that you ever see. $75. Cheapest round that you'll ever see. Stacy said, the class helps you to see the saboteurs and not allow you to get rid of bad behaviors, and allow you to get rid of bad behaviors that hold us back, right? So you got to understand that this is a choice and a decision. And y'all may say, well, Dr. V, why don't you do the class for free? I'm going to tell y'all. Listen, I saw a post yesterday and it was talking about Juanita Bynum's prayer training course, right? So she's doing a prayer training course, and the prayer training course costs like $1,500, something like that. And people are up in arms. You know, it's free to pray. It is free to pray. But what's not free? Let me tell y'all what's not free. People's time, energy, and the strategies that God has given them that they're then sharing with other people. I'm going to tell y'all something. Church folks want you to stay freaking broke. They want everything that you know for free. And I'm going to tell y'all something. When you get stuff for free, you tend not to value it. Okay. Stacey says it was supposed to say allow you to get rid of bad behaviors. I figured that. That's what I figured, Stacey. So I've learned this. And I learned this from the Scientologists. The Scientologists, you don't get no class for free. And I don't care if you homeless, you don't get no class for free. Why? They understand that if you have to stretch to make something happen, if you have to invest in something, then you are more likely scientifically to actually do it and apply it. If you do it for free, you're less likely to attend consistently, and you're less likely to put as much into it. You're less likely to attend, period, and you're less likely to apply the information when you get it for free. You're less likely. I'm just telling you, you're less likely. Not to mention the fact that the Word of God tells us we have the ability to obtain wealth. It's in us. He gives us gifts that are attached to our wealth. If you're giving everything away, you never get wealthy. Now, let me tell you, people have gone off on Juanita Bynum. Oh, she charging for prayer. Oh, she this. Listen, let me tell y'all something about them people. And I'm going to say what I say, and I'm going to say it 15-15, put 15-15 in there. I'm going to say what I'm saying, and I don't care what anybody has to say about it. Do you understand what I'm telling you? That's why the church is broke and broken and full of broken people, because people don't want to invest in change, but they'll invest in the latest shoes, the latest hair, getting their lashes done, getting a manicure and pedicure. They'll invest in games. They'll invest in cars. They'll invest in all this other stuff. 15-15, Tammy. Yeah. They'll invest in all this other stuff, but they won't invest in what they desire in the spirit realm. Baby, let me tell y'all something. You can't get breakthrough financially like that. I'm going to say it again. You can't get breakthrough financially like that. It won't happen like that. It will not. It will not happen like that. Hear me. Hear me. If you need a financial breakthrough, it's going to come from a financial seed. It is spiritual law. You got to put something in to get something out. Now, I'm not telling you that you won't have breakthroughs in other areas. I'm not saying that. But when it comes to financial breakthrough, it requires finances in, and then it can produce finances out. You understand? It's like me putting an orange in a pie trying to make an apple pie. You're not going to get no apple pie. You're not getting that. It's not going to happen. It's not. Corey said they preach prosperity, but they the only one prospering in a lot of churches. Listen, one thing that I've been very intentional in, and I said, God, if I got a pastor, okay, if I got a pastor, I really don't want to. If I got a pastor, then I want it to be where the people are prospering, they are growing, they are fulfilling their purpose, the purpose that you've given them. Thus, the name of my ministry, Passionate Pursuit of Manifested Purposes Ministry. Passionate pursuit. I want you to passionately pursue the manifestation of your purpose. Listen, I don't want you to passionately pursue a building. I don't want you to passionately pursue me. I don't want you to passionately pursue a title. I want you to passionately pursue the manifestation of your purpose, the reason that you were created in the earth. Period. That's what I want to see. Everything else comes. If you got a group of people, listen to me. I want y'all to hear this. If you got a group of people who understand who they are and what their purpose is, what God created them to be and do on this earth, if you are operating in your purpose and you are getting fed the things that you need to get fed in order to do it, and you have access to classes, knowledge, and information that will allow you to grow, and not for free, hear me, where you got to invest in you, what's going to happen is you're going to have a group of people who are going to be able to come together on one accord, and nothing will be impossible for them. Nothing will be listen, we can build the Tower of Babel and reach into heaven. You understand? When we are on one accord and we don't have all these saboteurs kicking us, right? So then we're not looking at each other and judging one another. And then we're encouraging one another and supporting one another. And as a leader, people will automatically do what is right concerning me. Why? I do what is right concerning them. It is the natural ebb and flow. Then I'm not stressed out. Y'all not stressed out. We're able to do life together. That's what ministry is. Doing life together. Doing life together. Building something that's able to impact the lives of people. Doing life together. This class, I am a firm believer. Listen to me. I am a firm believer. When people do this class, it can change their life forever and propel them into their destiny. I'm talking about like a rocket launcher, propel them into their destiny. Stacy said, yes, this class is worth so much more, and it's very personal because you speak to us individually. Some of these classes out here are thousands of dollars, and they don't give any one-on-one input. People forget, this is what Mike said, people forget all of the thousands of hours and laboring you have done, the knowledge that you have obtained, everything that I give, and I give a lot free, like in these drive-bys, on my lives, I give a lot free, okay? But I'm gonna tell you something. God told me, yeah, it's great that you're helping people, right? But what happens is they make your help common. And that's what people are saying about Juanita Bynum. Like now people feel like she owed them something. That lady don't owe us nothing. She don't owe nobody nothing. Now, I'm not going to take the prayer class. I'm not interested. That's just me. But somebody might want that prayer class. They need that prayer class. And that class is an answer to their prayers. April said, a forever change. I am a witness. Y'all, listen. See, people will have something to say when I do, oh my God. Hold on. Oh my God. When I do my prophetic boot camp, people will have something to say about that. She didn't come up under any of the big apostles or the big prophets, and I'm not coming up under them. I'm not. What is your lineage? God, Jesus, my mama and daddy. Yes, I've had spiritual leaders, but what God has given me concerning the prophetic has been a me and God thing. It's been a me and God thing. I've learned. I've learned from my mistakes. I've learned from my missteps. I've learned from the things that I gotten right. I've learned. Like, this has been a very personal journey, and it's been a lot. 15-15 again, y'all. 15-15 again. 14-14 again came up earlier, right? 14-14 and 15-15. Somebody look up angel number 14-14, and somebody look up angel number 15-15. Copy it and paste it in. Corey said the difference is you want to see everyone win and prosper, not just you and yours. Absolutely. I want to see everyone win. This class can do that for you. I'm not blowing smoke, and I'm not just trying to get people to take the class. I'm telling y'all what I know for sure and for certain. I'm trying to do this and give you guys the urgency now while it's $75. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help y'all while it's $75. Because in a minute, it ain't even going to be no $1,500. It's going to be a lot more than that in a minute. Okay? Because of the value that comes from it. But listen, y'all got to know. Y'all got to know that I'm doing this now because I know there is a need, and you need to do something that can change your life. One of the greatest compliments I had was my cousin said, you know, I want to take that class, but I really don't have the money. But she made it happen. And because she made it happen, she is moving differently. Mike said, how many people would put one if you start charging for a prophetic word? April said, 15-15. Listen, y'all. 15-15. New opportunities in your life. It's an announcer of major life changes. It is a gift. You have struggled enough, and it's finally time to grab a piece of fortune. 15-15. You've got to understand, this is how you do that. This is how you position yourself. Listen, here are new opportunities. You got an opportunity to learn what your saboteurs are and kill them. You're going to have opportunities that open up for you. But if you still got all those saboteurs working in your life, you will derail yourself. You will limit yourself. You will cap yourself. Listen, we've taken all the caps off. We've taken all the caps off. And I'm telling y'all, I've got some stuff, some opportunities that I'm going to start sharing, y'all, where we can prosper together, where we can help other people together. Now, some of you have already, become a part of some things that I'm doing. Listen, we're investing. Like, oh my God, the stuff that we're getting ready to do, y'all just get ready for it. Just get ready for it. Woman of God said, come on up in here. That's something you need to shout about. No more cookie cutter prophetics. Absolutely. Yes, for the 15-15. Now, somebody put what 14-14 is. Put what 14-14 is. Y'all, I'm telling you, God is speaking to us. He's speaking to us using multiple things to confirm his word to us so that you can know I'm not just on here talking. I'm not just saying something. Listen, I'm telling you all this because I have a heart to see you win and win big. I have a heart for that. I want to see people win. I want to see people's lives changed. Like, there's no time for this doing church to do church. Who is doing? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And I'm reminded all day, every day, why I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Church folk are some of the most broken people. Some of the most broken people, and they're not getting any strategies to get unbroken other than just pray. Prayer is amazing. Listen, talking to God and listening to God is amazing. And he can give you strategies and guide you and direct you. And then he'll send you to some people who will give you some tools. We need tools. Tools. Praying and just praying is like having a field that you need to plant seed in so that you can produce a harvest. And you go out and you pray, God, I pray a harvest. I declare a harvest over this land. God, you told me there will be a harvest, right? And you got hoes and rakes and seeds there. And you just pray and you walk away. What are you finna harvest? You got the tools and you got the seed. Till that soil. Plant those seeds. Water it. And watch the harvest come. We think God is Mr. Abracadabra. That's not who he is. 1414 is related to your own creativity. You are a person with great creative energy, and therein lies your wealth. Therein lies your wealth. Y'all, it's time out for you acting like you just stuck being broke. Every one of us have been given gifts and talents and the ability to obtain wealth. But if you never tap into that ability, you'll never see it. If you're always just, just surviving, you'll never get that thing. And you have talent to teach other people. Your angels think that you can make great success if you start to use your creativity. Come on. Yes, prophetess. Your own creativity. Like there's some things that God wants to do in you and through you. What's that? And you have talent to teach other people how you do what you do. And charge for it. And not feel bad that you're charging. You don't have to feel guilty that you're charging for your expertise. People pay everybody else for their expertise. Why shouldn't they pay you? And remember, the investment helps to ensure that people, 1, show up, 2, pay attention, and 3, apply it. I'm just saying. It's time to kick into high gear and really destroy those things in you that are stopping you. See, you can add everything you want to. You still got some saboteurs going. It's going to undermine everything you do. Everything you do. It's going to be in the background, playing in your mind. Some people might say, well, I'm really positive. I don't have that problem. I'm really positive. I don't really know too many more people more positive than me. Like, I'm always going to have a smile. But guess what's going on in the back of my mind? The moment I go through something, these people are not going to be concerned about me. Like, when I disappoint them, then they're going to judge me. Like, all this stuff going on in my mind underneath all of that positivity, all of that. I don't care what people think. What do they really think? Do they really like me? Are they judging me? You got to kill that stuff. You got to dead it. You got to dead it so that you can move forward. 1515 keeps coming up. Let me read 1515 to y'all again. New opportunities in your life. It's an announcer of major life changes. It is a gift. You have struggled enough, and it's finally time to grab a piece of fortune that ought to make you shout. Right there. Right there. Lorianne said, got my registration. Thank you, Jesus. Not doing church as usual. Absolutely not. I need manifestation. Thank God for you and the people like you who are part of my journey into my purpose. Yes, 1414 and 1515. Hashtag high gear, higher gear, and purpose minded. Yes. Corey said, I don't understand how some don't believe in angels when scripture confirms Jacob wrestled with God's angel until it blessed him. Right. Amen. So true. We want others to invest in us, but we won't invest in ourselves. We want most things given for free. There's little to no value in that. That has always been my message to myself and others. Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. Wow. That thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children. Baby, you better say that right there. Look, y'all, 1616. Somebody find 1616 and put what that is. 1616. This is going to be our closeout. Did this word bless y'all? Are y'all being blessed by this word? When God said it's time to shift into high gear, 1616, double 16. When God said it's time to shift into high gear, I was like, okay, God, because you ain't had me like do it. Amen. Yes. Amen. Tremendously blessed. Stacy said yes. Amen. Amen. Yes. 1616. Yes. Absolutely blessed. Yes. All right. One of y'all go ahead and give me the meaning of 1616, angel number 1616. You guys go back, check these angel numbers for yourself. If there are any numbers that you're seeing repeatedly, like you keep seeing a certain number, 1111, 111, 222, 333, 444, any double numbers that you keep seeing over and over again, those are called angel numbers. And there's a message that your angels are trying to get to you. I encourage people when they see them not to just notice them, but to look up what that means or what they're doing right at that time or what they're thinking, because it's a response. Okay, it's a response. Thank you, Mike. And if you enjoyed this word, I pray that you guys will join us for our service. Our worship service is at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. And I will be sharing what the Lord has me to give you. Carrie said, I get everyday confirmation of things going on in my life and the people around me. Amen. Absolutely. We just got to be plugged in and tuned in. If you've not gotten your registration, when we get off this live, make sure you click the link and get your registration. Oh, I didn't put the link in the title, but it's on another live that I did. If it's on my page, if you don't see it, if you can't see it, then it's on my page. You can find it right on another video or post. Yeah. So what is 1616, y'all? It's amazing to know he's moving. Yes. Okay, here we go. April, thank you. Your true strength lies in you. The number brings the energy of willpower and determination. When your everyday life seems hopeless, you can draw strength from your belief that current difficulty will soon pass. You know that you are going through this for a reason, and the reason will be revealed to you at the right time. Remember, I told you all, you have problems. God brings problems to bring gifts to you. He will allow problems so that you can get a gift. So there's something that he's trying to get to you, but he can only get it to you through something that you go through, right? When you go through some things, they're designed to build you up. So you looking at it like, oh, I always have to go through stuff. No, you're going through it, but God has a promise on the other side of it. There's a promise on the other side of it. And the beauty is the gift is designed to propel you into your destiny. It's to solve a problem. It's to be a solution. It's to bring joy, peace, wealth, opportunity. Like there's always something in the challenges that you face. See, that's why healing, as difficult as it is necessary. Healing, as difficult as it is necessary. Because once you heal, you can point other people in the direction of healing. Once you heal, you can point other people in the direction of healing, particularly those people who you're called to and who are called to you. Okay? So I know there are people that I'm called to and that are called to me. And at various points in my life, it may be different people, but this is what I know. My job is not to control the people, make the people stay connected, make the people stay with me. My goal is to, what my mission is to embrace the people who are in my life, the season that they are in my life, for the reason that they're in my life, and release them into their destiny. Period. The divine forces are telling you not to let life's blows keep you from reaching your full potential. They're also telling you that your strength lays in you. You just need to dig a little bit further and find it. What I say? Okay, y'all. Y'all gonna listen to me one day. One day y'all gonna listen or not. Look, I pray this word bless you. Make sure you register for the class. Bring a friend. Bring a friend. Listen, do mother-daughter, father-son, do friends, do a couple, but listen, you want the people that you love to take this class, and I'm going to tell you why. It's going to save you some heartache and headache in your relationships. When they're able to experience what you've experienced, they're going to be able to make sense of what you're saying, and they're going to be able to hold you accountable in a different way. You'll be able to hold each other accountable and support one another on that journey to destroy those saboteurs, right? So it's good to do that with people that you love, people that are important in your life, your business partners, whoever it is. Like, this is a game changer. This right here, game over for the enemy. Like dead, dead, dead. Look, I pray the word has blessed you, and I pray that you've gotten what you needed out of it. Listen, you want to sow a seed because you're expecting a harvest and you're ready to get a harvest. Listen, you can go to Cash App, $DRV Walters, Cash App, $DRV Walters, or PayPal.me/DRV Walters, and sow your seed. Sow your seed. I pray 100-fold return on seed sown, period, in my life. Listen, when you sow into my life, I'm declaring 100-fold return on it. Like, I don't care what it is, how large or how small, I declare 100-fold return. So, listen, that's my declaration for you all, because I know the oil that's on my life. I know the season that I'm in, and it is a season that is yielding great harvest in the lives of people. Listen, other people say what they want to say. I don't care what they say. What I know is this. I know that God is using me in some ways that he has not used me before, and he's magnifying and amplifying my use in some other areas. So I'm just expecting great things to happen and great testimonies to be shared. That's the way it works. Amen, Carlos. Thank you, friend. I will. Listen, you guys, I absolutely love you all to life and life more abundant. Join us at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central for Passionate Pursuit of Manifested Purposes Ministry, where one thing you know is you're going to get word that is applicable to your life. I just thank you. I love you, and pray that today would be an amazing day for you. Choose it to be amazing. Make it amazing. You guys be blessed. Mwah.